So, your name?
Freddy Gonzalez, but you can call me Freddy.
Where were you born?
I was born in Lindsay, California.
Who were your parents, or who are your parents, and what are their occupations?
Well, my parents were both from Mexico, don't know where. They are now divorced. My dad is a fruit contractor out of Terabella and Arvin. My mother is a packing house worker, typical Mexican lady hardworking. Yeah.
Who are your siblings, names and genders? Have any of them served in the military?
No, I am the first and the only in my family to serve in the military. There's a lot of us that I know of. So the ones that I do know of, I have 3 older sisters, 2 younger brothers, and 2 younger sisters. So I won't leave you the names because it's a lot. It's a lot to pass through. Yeah.
What were your parents or siblings' feelings about you going to serve for the military?
My mother wasn't too proud about it. That's for sure. My younger siblings were kind of mind blown when it happened. They weren't really too sure that I was going to do it, and I wasn't too sure either. So they were scared that, everybody goes to war. That was their fear. But overall, I'm still here, and they're happy about it.
What primary and secondary schools or college did you attend?
I have. I'm recently just enrolled into PC. I've been going there for about 2 years now. And that's the only school that I have besides military training school.
Did you hold any jobs before entering service?
Yes, I worked at Tilly's for about a year. Yeah, we all know Tilly's, yeah. So yeah, I worked there for a while.
Okay. Can you tell us about when you went into the military, or did you enlist, or were you drafted?
I was kind of suckered into it, actually. I went with the recruiters in Visalia with one of my cousins, and he got me to go just to work out with him, and I would just go work out weekly, and next thing you know, I was signing a piece of paper, and there goes my life. Yeah.
What or who did you leave behind, like family, children, or pets, when you left to serve?
I guess I had a girlfriend, but you're a kid at the time, so it didn't really matter. I had a dog that I left behind. He's still alive. He's still kicking. And my family was about it. I came back to a bigger family, actually, so it didn't really leave much, but I came back to more.
In which branch did you enter?
United States Marine Corps, rah.
How did you get to your initial point of entry?
How did I get there? How did I get there? Well, I guess school wasn't really for me, so I had to find another way out of the valley. And that kind of what drove me to get out of here.
What type of training or schooling did you have for that?
Well, I did a lot of schooling for my initial job was basic training, boot camp. And while in the military, I did some training with in Virginia with the Department of State for Marine Security Guard job.
What is your most vivid memory of your time training or in school?
There was this great time actually in boot camp. If you guys haven't known, if you guys haven't seen the videos, Marine Corps boot camp is quite intense. And we were giving roast beef sandwiches in the field. And there was a gentleman next to me, and you have a total of like 30 seconds to gobble down your food before you go back out. So this kid's eating a sandwich, and he starts choking on his sandwich, and rather than anybody helping him, we kept eating because we had 30 seconds, and he's sitting there choking, and we're just all trying to eat as well. And then it got to the point where they got him down to the bottom, and he coughed up his sandwich, and then he kept on eating, and that was just something I can't forget. It's amazing. Yeah, he's still alive though. He's still alive. Yeah.
Okay. What was your first assignment after basic training?
Yuma, Arizona. Yes, the desert.
Did you receive any
For that like particular place, or no, I didn't. No, just a lot of paperwork and filing. No fun. No fun at all.
What was the hardest part of training?
I would say the Marine Security Guard group training was pretty intense. They really mess with your sleep, lack of sleep, because on the job you're working about 12 hours every other day or every day, so it could get pretty intense. The OC spraying and the tactical training and the weapons. And the class in general, when you start off, it's about 400 plus people, and you graduate with no more than half, so about 200 people. So that was pretty intense. And I'm not the smartest person either, so I was kind of shocked when it happened, you know.
Did you receive any promotion?
Yes, I actually promoted quite well. I guess it kind of depends on who you know and how hard you work. So within my 5 years, I promoted to sergeant, was going on to staff sergeant, but I didn't want to re-enlist. I wanted to get out, so I took the loss.
What was the easiest part of the military lifestyle for you to adapt to?
Easiest part of the schedule. You don't really have to worry about much. Everybody has a plan for you. You just gotta be where they tell you to be, and then the rest is on them.
What were your recollections of that experience?
Oh God, recollections of that experience. Well, I guess it's kind of like a brainwash, because in times we still tend to fall back on a schedule and want everything kind of precise. So it's kind of like a brainwash now, and we all function the same way. All Marines do at the end of the day.
How did your combat experience change you?
Well, combat experience. Well, I was in Afghanistan, so being there, I think you kind of being around those environments where people are hurt and you're kind of unaware of what might happen the next day, kind of makes you a little bit grateful for having like what we do here. The safety and stuff, being able to just walk down the street to a store or something without not having to worry about anything.
Did you make any like friendships or anything while serving?
Yes, I did. I actually, I could probably say that I got a lot of friends that I've kept in the military, more than I've kept from my hometown. I only talked to about maybe 2 or 3 people from home that are still around, or a lot of them are around, but the only 3 or 4 that I actually still talk to. The military friends is kind of a brotherhood, and it's kind of there forever, even though they're like across seas or in another state. So, very good bond.
How did you stay in touch with your family and with friends?
I did a bad job with that, actually. My mom wasn't too happy about it, but I did my best to call them here and there. So it wasn't the greatest, yeah.
What did you do for recreation or when you were off duty?
Off duty. Well, I did a lot of socializing and local pubs, and yeah, I enjoyed myself at a young age, I guess. Kind of keep it PG, right? Yeah.
Do you recall any particularly humorous or unusual events?
Unusual events. I think unusual events. I think the most unusual event that you're kind of shocked when you enter the military is the fact that you got to shower with people. Like, that's very unusual. It's pretty sure everybody experiences it. You're kind of shocked, but it's kind of something that you kind of get used to. At a certain point, you just don't really care anymore. You're just like kind of free in your own skin. Yeah.
Was there something you did for good luck?
No, not at all. Yeah. No, I didn't wash my camis. That's for sure. I didn't wash them too much. That's probably the only good luck charm I've had.
What was the best part of your service experience?
Traveling. I think I want to say traveling. I've got to visit countless countries in a matter of 4 years, so I think that's something I can never regret doing.
Do you recall the day service ended? Where were you when your service ended?
Well, my last duty station was in Mongolia, so I was counting down the days till I left, And those last couple of weeks, I was in charge of making the schedule, so I didn't really put myself to work, so I had all this free time. So definitely remember those last 2 weeks. I just recently received my DD 214 for my honorably discharged this 2 months ago. So technically, I'm freshly out now.
How are you received by your family and community?
My family is glad that I joined the military and I did something with myself, and hopefully that can kind of motivate others in my family to do it as well. Yeah. What was the other half? Yeah. We'll go on.
Hold on, some of them.
No, it's okay. No, yeah. No pressure. You're not in the lights and the camera. Yeah.
Okay, how does service affect the way you relate to others?
To others. Oh, well, as kids, and if you guys do plan to join the military in the future, you will kind of, you've never really realized it, but military people are kind of mentally different once they get out. You kind of have this mindset of you're properly trained for everything, and then you have civilians on the other hand where kind of morals aren't kind of set to a standard, when in the military kind of morals is kind of everything. You got a code to follow. So pretty different, I guess.
Do you attend reunions?
Reading the news?
No, do
Oh.
you attend reunions?
Do I attend reunions? Are we talking of military reunions or like high school reunions, or just in reunions in general? No, I haven't. I don't think we've ever had anyone hold a reunion. But if my high school does, I plan to be there.
How did your military service experiences affect your life?
I'm a lot more grateful now, I would like to say, with what I've got and what my family has, and that I even have a family to come back to. I think that's the biggest thing, is that made me want to come back as family.
What are some life lessons you learned from your military service?
Life lessons. Do what you're told. If you're in a chain of command, and lie with authority. Yeah, if you need to.
What message would you like to leave for future generations who will view and hear this interview?
If you're gonna join the military, you join the Marine Corps. If you don't got it in you, then Army it is.
Okay.
Latino, so speaking Spanish made such a big difference there. Amazingness, huh? Trying to process some thoughts in my head. Like PG thoughts. Oh, God. Interesting things. No pressure. You guys got any questions? Oh, even if they're not on the list, think of something else. Think of something great. Go ahead. Ask me whatever you like. Anything. I've been everywhere. I've been a lot of places, so go ahead and ask.
What's your favorite place to stay?
Favorite place I've been to. Let's see. I would have to say it would be Greece. I went to Greece for a vacation while I was living in Georgia, and I got to visit all the cathedrals and all the museums that they have and the statues. It was amazing, but the best part about it was going on the island, Santorini. I say it's absolutely beautiful. If you girls ever get the chance to go, it's kind of shocking because it's such a small island. You'd think it'd be a little bit bigger, but you can actually rent a quad and go from one end to another end like in a matter of like 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and you're driving like on freeways on a quad. So it's kind of creepy at first, but you'll get over it. They have multiple beaches, but I only went to the 4 that were like mostly known, which one is a black sand. So you go there and you're like, it's like black pebbles, and you're like kind of weird. At first you're like, oh, this is odd. And then they have a red sand beach also where the sand's red, and they have white sand, and they also have like they have another one that's kind of like a little bit of everything. It looks like almost like a granite. So that was really neat, actually, being there and then seeing the buildings that everybody sees, the white tops and the blue. That's actually really beautiful being there. The food's amazing. The crowd's really nice. No one kind of bothers you. You're kind of on your own. It's a really good place. By far, I would go back again if I could. Favorite location? Go ahead, ask. Don't be shy.
Second thoughts about joining?
Did I? Yeah, I did. I had second thoughts about joining the moment I got on that bus. But once you're on the bus, they don't really tell you that you have an opportunity to get out. But once you're on that bus, they're like, hey, you're ours, and you're here until you guys graduate, until your mom picks you up, and you're just like, oh, God. So after being on that bus, on the first initial, when you get picked up, and I just remember being on that bus, and when you pull up, they're like, put your heads down, so like you can't look out the window, so you're sitting there like this, and then all of a sudden, sure enough, there comes a drill instructor down the aisle screaming at everybody, and I was one of the second ones in the bus, so I was holding a stack of papers, everybody's documents, and he gave me a thing, he's like, you think you're important because you're carrying the papers? And he's like, get up, and I got up, and then he grabbed the papers, chucked them in the air, so now there's papers everywhere in the bus, and everybody's yelling. And he's like, get off. So we start getting off the bus and getting on these yellow footsteps. And then I was one of the last ones to get out because sure enough, I'm trying to pick up all these papers on the floor and all over the bus are crumpled up, ripped, and there's footprints on them. It was bad. And that's when I had second thoughts. And I was just like, this is not for me. This is not for me. So, and then from there, it just all goes downhill until you hit that third phase and then they treat you like a person. Nothing else? Nothing? Anything. Doesn't have to...
Do you have any regrets?
Any regrets? Do I have any regrets? You know what? If I could do it all over again and I were to join the military, I would possibly go to school. I would go to school, get my degree, and then go into the military just because the pay's a lot different and you're treated a lot different. And the training that you get as an officer, because you'd go in as an officer if you have a degree, would probably make a big difference in the military. You don't get treated like complete dirt. You get like treated like more like a pebble. So, you know, so that's what I would do different if I could. We hit 25 minutes yet? Yeah.
All right.
Let me think. Another thing that's pretty neat about the Marine Corps while I was working the MSG duty is that we host Marine Corps balls for the countries. For each country, we host a Marine Corps ball, and we're roughly, so the most recent one, Mongolia, we had about over like 600 people there, and these are all political higher up people. So you have like the ambassadors from other countries, and then you have like the governor of the little town where you live out of the state, and then you have so you have all these high politic people, but it turns out to be like a fun party, which you would not expect it to be. The first initial part is like the whole colors and the speech and the commandant's message, where that part's really like, hey, follow the rules. But after that ends and all the higher ups, like all the cameras go away and stuff, the parties turn into actual parties, and they're really fun. And I think that Marine Corps ball that I've had in Mongolia and overseas on the MSG duty was a lot different than the Marine Corps balls that you have in the States, because you're 4 Marines out of 6 that are there, and everybody wants to take a picture with you, everybody wants to talk to you, everybody wants to dance with you. You're almost treated like a celebrity. So that was probably like one of the coolest things about it. A lot of great connections that I met, a lot of very, very powerful people.
Why did they have the Marine Corps ball?
Okay. Oh, yeah, the Marine Corps ball. So it's the Marine Corps birthday. So we host a Marine Corps ball for the Marine Corps birthday. And we don't necessarily have it on the day just because the day doesn't always land on the weekend. But we host it to represent and pass on the tradition about the Marine Corps birthday, information and knowledge that people aren't aware of. Yeah.
What do you wish more people knew about
Veterans, I wish the opportunities we have once we get out. You know, I've been out for 2 years now, and I didn't really know that there was a lot of opportunities for veterans just for jobs. For example, like this never would have came up. I would have never thought I'd be talking to cameras. But the opportunities you get when you get out, we are giving classes. It's called transitional classes, so they try to help you become a regular civilian, not a military person, so you're not just as mean to the public or anything. And they really pass a lot of information in a matter of like 2 days, so you don't get to really take all this in. But when you get out, there's a lot of programs that help, like to pay for school, pay for homes, help you with health care, medical care, and anything in general. And I feel like as military people, we kind of are in such a hurry to get out and not follow somebody's orders that we kind of tend to push that to the side just because we want to get out. But when you get out, then you're like, oh man, I have no job. Oh, I have no money, or I have no benefits. And I think that would be something that I would really like to really push on. So that's why I'm at Porterville College, helping the Veterans Resource Center to spread some love and some knowledge. Yep. Trying to think. You got any questions for me there?
What was your proudest moment when you were in the service?
Oh, there you go. That's a good one right there. I think my proudest moment in the military was graduating boot camp, actually. Graduating boot camp is kind of a big thing because as you go in, you see people get hurt, broken. By broken, I mean like they break a limb or hurt themselves or mentally just kind of can't make it through. And they kind of get put in another department of like broken people. But passing boot camp was kind of, it's a good feeling after you're done with the crucible when you're walking these mountains in San Diego, not an East Coast Marine. This is the mountains in San Diego. After you're done walking all those hills and cramping up and hungry and starving, and you get the EGA, I think it's probably one of the best feelings ever. Yeah, because then they call you by your name, and they talk to you like you're just a regular person. I think that itself is very, very, very strong. But I wouldn't do it again.
How long was your boot camp?
Boot camp was a total of 3 months, 3 phases, and that was a brutal 3 months that you learn a lot. Actually, it's a lot of intake.
What did they call you? You said they didn't call you by your name. What did they call you? Can you say it on camera?
No, they can't. But you know, there's just dirt, I guess. Things related to dirt and feces, I guess. Yeah. Things along those lines.
What was your hardest day at boot camp?
Hardest day at boot camp. You know what? My hardest day, actually, there was this kid. I don't remember his first name, but his last name was Lopez. And he's a goofy guy, but he was a smart guy. Goofy guy. Well, he decided to steal peanut butter from the chow hall. So now this guy has like 20 packs of peanut butter in his cargo pocket. And before you can't steal food, like they're really like on top of it about when you eat and stuff. But he stole a bunch of peanut butter, and we got back to our squadron base where we sleep. It looks like pretty sure you guys watch movies when they have like all the beds lined up. It almost looks like so just like that. And he put all his peanut butter inside his pillowcase. So he has like a stack of peanut butter inside his pillowcase. And at night, sure enough, it just happened to be, maybe somebody's seen him, but I don't know. It happened to be that they're like, hey, empty out your pillowcases. And I'm just like, oh, this is not going to be good. So this guy, we all empty out his pillowcases and everybody's good. But sure enough, all the way down at the end, Lopez dumps out his pillowcase and peanut butter falls out everywhere. And so he had it. So we sat there and they called it getting slayed. So they'd take you to the like a big old area like this, and everybody would line up and they would just say, get down, get up. So you stand up or do push-ups, roll this way, roll that way. Anything they tell you to do, you're pretty much doing it. And while he sat there and ate the peanut butter right in front of us. So we're sweating, dying, screaming on top of the lungs, and he was just enjoying his peanut butter. I remember that. Lopez. But yeah. That's just it.
Did you ever do something like that?
Still some peanut butter? Cause I can't get in trouble now, right? Well, you know what? So since it's 3 months, in the second month you get to go towards lower San Diego where the mountains are, and you learn how to shoot and all the tactical stuff you get to learn in the military. Well, on our way there, you have canteens and you filled with water, and we stole. We have MREs, and when they make you empty out your MREs inside there, you get some, what are they, Toms, the hot Toms, little candies, you know which ones are? Yeah, so you get those or Reese's Pieces. Well, I happen to have one in one of my MREs, but they have you throw them in a pile in the middle so nobody can take candy, and they throw it all away, like just throw it in the trash. Well, I kept my pack and I put it inside my sleeves, and because we roll our sleeves up nice, and there was a bunch of candies inside my sleeves. So sure enough, on the trip, I was just eating my candy out of my bag and out of my little pocket, and I was drinking my canteen because they were hot. Well, I didn't realize how far the drive was because of traffic, and I had to use the restroom really bad, like really, really bad. So I got to go to boot camp with my cousin, just in case I didn't explain that. My cousin was in my same platoon and everything, but we got away with anyone not knowing we were related until the last day, so it worked out great. But he was then sitting next to me, and I was like, I gotta pee, and he's like, you're gonna have to hold it, and I was like, I can't, and then he's like, you're gonna have to hold it. So I gave him my canteen. I was like, help me finish my canteen so I can pee it. And so we're chugging the canteen, and sure enough, we can't finish it. We're sitting there, our stomachs hurting. So it was either I peed on myself or made everybody else suffer. So we switched seats. So I kind of roll over towards the seat this way, and I peed all over the bus floor. And sure enough, and then he finally finished the canteen. He's like, stop. He's like, fill up the canteen. I was like, I can't stop. So he passed me the canteen, and sure enough, I kind of pee in the canteen. Get a little bit in the canteen, but all of it's already running down the aisle of the bus. It gets even better. This is where it gets even better. So your canteens have a piece of tape on the front with your name on it, and mine said Gonzalez, but it's permanent marker, and it rubs off on occasion. Well, as soon as you get to the second phase in the field, you're getting slayed. So as soon as you get there, they're yelling at you, get off the bus, and then you start rolling in dirt and stuff, and they're like kicking dirt at you while you're doing push-ups and stuff, and they have you throw all your canteens in a big pile. I didn't get my canteens back. So I'm not sure who got my canteen or if they ever drank it, but if they did, there was pee in there. So I apologize to anybody who got that one. So yeah, that was probably one of the worst. Yeah, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go, yeah. That was a crazy one, yeah.
I think it's 45 minutes already.
Yeah, we're good?
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Now we got to the good stuff.
Yeah, platoon and everything, but we got away with anyone not knowing we were related until the last day, so it worked out great. But he was then sitting next to me, and I was like, I gotta pee, and he's like, you're gonna have to hold it, and I was like, I can't, and then he's like, you're gonna have to hold it. So I gave him my canteen. I was like, help me finish my canteen so I can pee it. And so we're chugging the canteen, and sure enough, we can't finish it. We're sitting there, our stomachs hurting. So it was either I peed on myself or made everybody else suffer. So we switched seats. So I kind of roll over towards the seat this way, and I peed all over the bus floor. And sure enough, and then he finally finished the canteen. He's like, stop. He's like, fill up the canteen. I was like, I can't stop. So he passed me the canteen, and sure enough, I kind of pee in the canteen. Get a little bit in the canteen, but all of it's already running down the aisle of the bus. It gets even better. This is where it gets even better. So your canteens have a piece of tape on the front with your name on it, and mine said Gonzalez, but it's permanent marker, and it rubs off on occasion. Well, as soon as you get to the second phase in the field, you're getting slayed. So as soon as you get there, they're yelling at you, get off the bus, and then you start rolling in dirt and stuff, and they're like kicking dirt at you while you're doing push-ups and stuff, and they have you throw all your canteens in a big pile. I didn't get my canteens back. So I'm not sure who got my canteen or if they ever drank it, but if they did, there was pee in there. So I apologize to anybody who got that one. So yeah, that was probably one of the worst. Yeah, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go, yeah. That was a crazy one, yeah.
I think it's 45 minutes already.
Yeah, we're good?
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Now we got to the good stuff.
Yeah, we're good.